Mystery Hour. And now, here is your host, Mystery Jeff Houghton!
I know you don't really mean it, but it still feels good. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching at home. We have a great show for you guys tonight. Randall Chowning from the Ozark Mountain Daredevils is here. He started the band. We also have the music of Jessamine Orchard. And we shoot right here in downtown Springfield. And we love downtown Springfield so much that we made a commercial for them. Check it out.
Downtown Springfield, Missouri is a beautiful place to shop, no matter what your shopping needs or budget. Hi, I'm Sarah Jenkins.
And I'm the ghost of Wild Bill Hickok.
There's always something new to discover downtown, with stores like 5 Pound Apparel, Envy, Bookmarks, and more.
Those are the names of stores? What happened to Smitty's General Store? What happened to this town?
Only downtown can you pick up a fashionable t-shirt, purchase some art, and grab some mid-century furniture all in one afternoon.
You don't have to drive to the south side to get clothes, and by south side, I mean Grand Street. What? What's a primrose?
Don't go to some boring chain store. Come downtown for something truly unique from a local business.
Remember, it's all, hold on, I'm getting a call. Ah, what is this? Ugh. Phew. Just for the record, I would happily dress up as the ghost of Wild Bill Hickok every day. It was stupidly fun. Speaking of stupidly fun, Dave Smith.
It's a warm one today. The 1080p really shows the sweat on this guy today. Oh, you can see the flag in the background though. That's cool. The flag, yeah, you guys can clap for that. That's fine.
That's what we'll put behind you. We need to display it more behind you sometime.
I mean,
yeah.
So officially unofficial Springfield flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Smith, you look great as always.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's do things I've noticed.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. These are things I've noticed, things I've observed. Maybe you guys can relate to some of these. I've noticed that meditation is a great opportunity to pause and let your mind wander into the thoughts of your continued failures. I've noticed that I've said it before and I'll say it again. If I had laser hairs, I would never want them removed. You've been blessed. Don't get rid of them. I've noticed that, remember, when God closes a door, he opens a rug to sweep your feelings under. I've noticed that I can't believe how warm it is already. The trees have buds, the grass is growing, even my Al Gores are popping up in the garden. That's a poorly constructed global warming joke. I've noticed, shouldn't it be, it's hailing men? It's raining men would be liquid. It's hailing men. Bodies. They're solid. Men are solid. And finally, I've noticed that really anything with a drain can be a urinal if you're horrible. Things I've noticed.
These things I've noticed.
All right, moving on. We have a lot to get to.
Did somebody say buttons? Did somebody say buttons? Somebody say buttons?
No, no one said buttons.
Nobody said buttons? Just nobody at all said buttons?
Can you, I can't really see your face. Can you kneel? Can you kneel? Thank you. No, no one said buttons.
Nobody said buttons? Well, could you say buttons?
No.
Just
no.
Jeff,
No.
Jeff.
No. Audience.
Jeff, just say buttons.
No, I'm not going to say buttons.
Please say buttons and I'll leave you alone.
All right. Audience, we got this. Okay, fine. Buttons.
Buttons! Did somebody say buttons?
Hey, everyone, this is my cousin, Buttons.
It's me, Buttons. All right, so, Jeff, try to guess what's in my pocket right now.
What's in your pocket?
I know, guess.
A pen.
No. Buttons! Buttons. Surprised you didn't see that one coming.
I just saw you last week at Uncle Muskrat's house.
Yeah, so last week at Uncle Muskrat's house, remember how I was telling you how I'd just come upon some pretty hard times, and you was all like, hey, if there's anything I can ever do to help you, just let me know. So I was thinking I could come on your show and sell some buttons. These people like it. These people love it. They like buttons. Yeah, they do.
All right, tell everyone why you like buttons so much.
All right, well, so for me, buttons is all started back way when. There was a big old button factory in my town, and one day there was a big old button fire. It was beautiful. It lit up the night sky, and it killed my mama.
That's sad.
No, I hated that woman, but I love buttons ever since. Buttons. Buttons.
Okay, tell them how you got Buttons as a name.
Oh, people always like to ask me, hey, Buttons, how'd you get to getting your Buttons name? Well, funny story, my name used to be Travis, but when I was growing up, we had the cutest little kitty cat, and its name was Buttons.
Oh, well, that's very sweet.
Oh, I hated that vile creature. So I'll be darned if one day I didn't kill it and steal its identity, because it was the only thing that my mama did love. So I'm sure that that little kitty cat that I murdered is just sitting up in heaven waiting to kill me when I get there. But I'm not sure what happens if you die in heaven. Maybe you go to double heaven? Joke's on you, Buttons the cat. More pie for me. Buttons.
I don't understand your theory of the afterlife, but you have some darkness in you.
Oh, Jeffy, you know nothing of the darkness that I suppress inside of me. Nothing at all. But I'll be selling buttons out in the lobby, and I can tell all of y'all about all your darkness is. Buttons.
All right, that's Buttons.
Hey, did somebody say buttons? Oh, a button. Uh-oh.
That is hard to recover from. But he actually will be in the lobby, actually selling buttons and actually telling you what's wrong with you. One of the things that we love in the Mystery Hour is we love helping the community. We love people to help the community. We love nonprofits. And so we wanted to just show a video from another nonprofit. Check it out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mom, Dad, friend, brother.
Roommate.
Sister.
Grandma and Grandpa. Guy from work hoping to get with me.
Best friend's kind of boyfriend.
Person I used to date.
Person I've never met who was my friend's friend's roommate in college.
Guy I don't know at all.
Thank you for your generosity and kindness.
It's such a beautiful connection.
Streaming between us.
I love you.
And from the bottom of my heart,
I want to say thank you.
For your Netflix password.
your Hulu login,
HBO login.
Cable.
MLB.
Showtime.
Watch ESPN.
And your Amazon Prime password.
I've cut all the cords.
Except the one between our hearts.
Thank you for loving me.
A cheap
Cheap.
Cheap.
Freeloader. It's true. Thank you, everybody. We'll be right back with Randall Chowning. Buttons! That comedy bit brought to you by Bush, Ramlow, and Shore, CPAs, accountants. Funny.
Guest booking provided by Big Salad.
Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, we have a great guest tonight, but we also have a great guest sponsor. Pa-pat! Little delay. Our guest sponsor tonight, as always, is MissouriTrafficTickets.com. If you get a ticket, just click it. Our guest tonight is a longtime musician. He founded the Ozark Mountain Daredevils. Big hit from right here. Give it up for Randall Chowning.
Thank you.
That
Yes.
is how a rock star sits down. You just start blowing kisses to the crowd. Do you still have groupies? Are there groupies out here?
I hope.
Did you? You don't have to.
Now look, here's the deal.
Tell me the
I
deal.
did put the Ozark Mountain Daredevils together.
Yeah.
But we all make mistakes. We make mistakes. We're
No,
human.
We
We're
think it's a good
human.
thing.
All right. How are you?
To each his own.
How are you?
Good.
He's kind of cute, ain't he?
He saw me getting makeup put
Yeah,
on
I
me
know, I know.
downstairs. He
Yeah.
thought it was pretty
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Thank you. So, but groupies. We don't need to go into detail.
Groupie.
Did you guys have groupies? Like you were?
I didn't.
You didn't.
No.
Come on, you were singing that song. That was a big song.
I didn't do that.
I know you didn't do it, but didn't you have? Surely there were women.
Groupies? You're asking about groupies? Really?
Do you still have? Do you have any groupies now?
I hope so.
All right. So
No, I didn't then.
You didn't.
I
now.
didn't then.
Yeah, you
No,
do now.
no.
So,
Well, I hope. I hope.
so
We'll just see.
we'll find out if you do well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So
This
you,
may help. This may help right here.
Yeah.
It could.
So for people that don't know, Ozark Mountain Daredevils, give me the quick story. You guys from Springfield,
Yeah.
made it big.
Yes. Yes. I was at what was called Southwest Missouri State.
Yes.
Now it's MSU. All right. I went there from 68 to 71. And during that period, I was learning how to write songs.
Yeah.
I learned more how to write songs and play music in college than anything else. And there was this guy from, well, sort of. And there was this guy from St. Louis named Soup Granda. It was nickname Soup, Michael Granda, bass player. and I met him there at college. And what I did was Larry Lee, John Dillon, and myself, they were really songwriters. And what I wanted to do was get these songwriters together. So Larry was very good about it. He said, yeah, I'll get together with you and just come over and do it. And John Dillon and myself. And so we were kind of a Ozark hillbilly version of Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Yeah.
Sorta.
Yeah.
Sorta.
Yeah.
Sorta. And, you know, the first time we got together, our harmonies were really seductive. I was like, well, they were.
Yeah.
They were.
That seems like a fitting term for it, actually. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, and they weren't really strong. They weren't like the Eagles or the Beach Boys or some of these other bands. I mean, we didn't have really strong vocals, but it was seductive. People wanted to get close. They wanted to come in and listen, you know. So that was great. I mean, it just worked out. It just worked out. And you know, then we just sucked.
But how does it?
No, we didn't tour a lot, so
right.
So,
but you had your biggest hits were Jackie Blue
yes.
and If You Want to Get to Heaven.
Yes.
And but how does a band from here make that national prominence?
We went to Kansas City. We got a manager in Kansas City, and yeah, go Chiefs. Yeah, we left town.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
This just sorry. Not to make it about me, but this does not bode well for my aspirations.
I know.
I thought you were going to inspire me.
Yeah. Well, you know, hey. We started here.
Okay, fair enough. So, but then, in talking to you before, though, you said that you loved that it was a band made up of songwriters, and so you, but people that just loved that craft for that, but you guys weren't so into touring and that sort of thing. So you kind of make these big hits, and then, but then the band has stayed together in different incarnations, and I don't know. When you look back on it, do you think? I don't know how you look back on having big national hits. Like if you're like, I'm proud of that time, or does it feel like it was close? Does it? Because you still write music. Yeah. That's a convoluted question. I'm sorry.
Well, no. I mean, it's you know, a songwriter. I'm a songwriter, and that has nothing to do with being a rock star, quote unquote, or groupies, quote unquote, or that's what I do. I write songs.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I know you've reached other heights in your career, but we appreciate you coming on the best local late night talk show here. Well, thanks for being here, Randall. Randall Chowning. We'll be back with Jessamine Orchard.
Guest travel and accommodations provided by Hotel Vandervoort. Musical guest brought to you by Bryan Properties.
Welcome back, everybody. Hey, we have a great musical guest. We have Jessamine Orchard featuring Ryan Dunn. Please give it up for Jessamine and Ryan.
$16 was all I had when I drove up there to meet you. You didn't know I was sleeping on the floor and it scraped up change to see you. We didn't have a title those days, as was custom for the time, but I kept thinking in the back of my head that someday I might be your wife. And at the end of the day, I'm glad you left me, stranded, and I'm glad you sent me back to the start. And at the end of the day, I'm glad you left me broken hearted, 'cause it left me open to find real love. And at the end of the day, I found love. 16 bucks was all I had when I drove up there to meet you. I didn't know we'd be on the floor when I gave my innocence to you. And you were just a simple man with very basic needs. And I am a complex heart specifically designed to bleed. Day, I'm glad you left me stranded, and I'm glad you sent me back to the start. And at the end of the day, I'm glad you left me broken hearted, 'cause it left me open to find real love. And at the end of the day, I'm glad you left me broken hearted, 'cause it left me open to find real love. And at the end of the day, I found love. $16 was all I had when I drove up there to meet you.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Acoustic guitar and saxophone. Hey, that's our show tonight, everybody. Just so you know, 10% of our box office proceeds tonight go to the Queen City Beard and Mustache Federation. We will see you guys next week.
Big Whiskey is the official caterer of the Mystery Hour.